Hello, me hotties. A very good evening to you and Dinky-Doo. It's just me, Scottie McCLUE. It's Saturday evening, 9 o'clock sharp. Nothing gets past me, I say. And we have a lot to get through tonight and so little time to do it in. Thank you for a beautiful red rose, Kin. That's very, very kind of you. Adding to my live go there. Very good. Kin has just sent me a red rose. Is that not beautiful? What a lovely, lovely start to the program. Now then, so much to get through tonight, and as always, so little time to do it in. I'll just save and get you a slightly better picture on the old YouTube channel there. That's amazing. Good evening, Scottie, says Susan. Good evening, Dinky-Doo Scottie, says sure. F Document has come and joined us. How lovely is that? You do get folk get banned for asking about a certain name. Yes, people will get banned if they're silly on here. So never scroll, never troll. And a good evening to you, love it. Very nice to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, I say to you, evening, my good fellow, Murray O'Donnell, how marvellous to have you with us. Such a top man and quite a privilege that you make a bit of time for Scottie McCLUE Live on a Saturday evening. So much appreciated, Murray. And again, always thank you for all your kindnesses over many, many years. What's your latest on Brexit, Scottie? Well, I think there are moves afoot to kind of not cancel Brexit, but just make things a bit better with Europe. You know, I'm just watching all that, and it seems to me that they're kind of taking the edge off Brexit and saying, look, there's a lot has been very wrong about this. Let's put it right. Man City, Dinky-Doo, fantastic. Wonderful stuff. So that's my latest on Brexit. I think, as I say, I'll not go into it too deeply, but there are moves afoot, and that is rather good. Things are looking better. You're lagging, Scottie. We might be F Document. I think there are problems in the area just with internet and what have you. And that can happen. And we're not quite up to the full fibre yet. Give us God Save the King. Well, you can do it yourselves. I mean, there's plenty of recordings of Scottie McCLUE singing God Save the King. Here's Jesus again. There's a ghost behind you. Yes, that's actually me. So don't worry. The academic ghost with the dog. Wonderful. What I am noticing is a sort of flashing goes on. It might be colour-based. David McCafferty. Hi, Scottie. It's David Dinky-Doo. There's Max Spinner. Says, what? What, Max? I say to you. We'll see if we can get it sorted. Are we lagging on the YouTube or on the TikTok? I know you're talking about it on the YouTube, but is it on the YouTube or the TikTok? Guys, can everybody follow and share as soon as you possibly can? Now, Jesus exists. You're starting to spam us now. You've said it once. There's a ghost behind you. Very good. Very funny. Might actually be a ghost, of course. You're really good at singing it. God Save the King. Yes, I think I'm probably better than one or two of the Liverpool supporters. Jesus Exists has told me to shut up, so shall we dump him? Yay! Can everybody say good night to Jesus Exists? We know that anyway. We don't need you to tell us, and I'm surprised you know. There we go. Off he goes. Bye-bye, guys. That's lovely. Thank you very much. Good night. Good night. Night, Jesus. Yes, indeed. He's off. Silly people. Imagine doing that. Hi, Scottie from Clydebank. Stephen, lovely to have you with us. Go along to Ibrox and we'll give you a fantastic rendition of God Save the King. Yes, and I would imagine Celtic Park are quite good singers as well. We should maybe hear them singing God Save the King as well. It would be nice. Or what about a joint Rangers Celtic choir for God Save the King? How have you been? Because as I told everybody this week, you know, the origins of the monarchy lie in Irish Celtic monarchs, the Celtic kings. Are you joking? No, Celtic fan. Of course I'm not joking. It'd be wonderful to hear Celtic singing God Save the King. It was YouTube, but it seems sorted now. Get the squeeze box out at the end if you don't mind. F document. I don't know if you joined us live this morning, but we had the squeeze box out then. Can everybody get following as soon as you can? Subscribe in the YouTube. We must get that up. And there's a new link in the bio of the TikTok, which will take you to the YouTube channel. You can subscribe and come back. How are you, Scotty? I'm back in hospital, says James. James, I'm sorry to hear that. Take great care. James VI of Scotland took the English crown. Yes, the monarchy is Scottish, guys. So let's get supporting it. So there you are. Scotty, do you think there should be more funding to encourage creativity for younger people? I think art is very important. Sure, I certainly do. And it should be going to the right places, I say. Hey, man, can we get a look at your microwave? I don't have one. Who's your favourite monarch, Scotty? Bit of a fan of old Edward VII. I think he was a bit of a character. So there we are. Scotty, you need to get back on the radio. I know, sneaky. How old are you, Scotty? 48. I'm getting on towards that, I have to say. I will, at some point in my life, be 48. Or may even have been 48. Who knows? I'm a time traveler. Scotty, I hope you're well. Kareem, Dinky-Doo. Have you seen The Crown? I've seen the Scottish Crown. I seem to remember being taken as a toddling child to see the honours of Scotland. But I don't know if they're on display now. I know that the laughing my socks off, says Mr. Man. I know that the Scottish Crown is very old and very fragile nowadays, but you do see it. And I think the bearer of the Scottish Crown, am I right in thinking it's the Duke of Hamilton? I should know. Actually, correction, the monarchy was Scottish until 1712, then it became German. No. We voted in 1320 heirs and successors. And the Hanoverians were heirs and successors. Sophia, the Electress of Hanover. Brendan says, the phone's on, Mr. McClue. They will be, Brendan. We'll put them on for you. You're a good man. I enjoy your chat. I enjoy yours, Mr. Man. Guys, if you're feeling flush, we've got a live goal up here. I don't know if it's still live. Is it still taking red roses? They're just one tiny one. Very tiny. Although I did say I might put up one big thing. And if somebody's flush, that would be great. Scotty, is it true the Stone of Destiny was brought back to Scotland? It is indeed, Sneaky. They brought it back. I remember seeing a picture of it, the back of a Land Rover crossing the bridge over the Tweed at Coldstream. And that was it back. But I'm trying to think when it was used for Robert the Bruce. I think his coronation was April 1306. Have I got that right? I'm always willing to be proved wrong. Have you ever been to Dunfermline? Of course, mon the hoops. Absolutely, mon the hibs. Yes, we are the people. Absolutely. We're simply the hoops. Is that how the tune goes? We're simply the hoops. Thanks for the information, Scotty. Dinky-Doo. Oh, Sneaky, we look after you. Well, tired. I'll be falling asleep soon. Oh, Kareem, bless you. Top man. Absolute top man. We look after everybody on here. Hello, one and all. Hi, Scotty. Hi, Kareem. Scotty, I'm thinking of applying to Glasgow University to do an art degree. Wow, sure. Well, Glasgow University, I did a video about it yesterday morning, and it is it's the finest seat of learning in the world. But there's also Glasgow Art School. I don't know what they've got. There's another one, Duncan of Jordanstone. Scotty, are you a Celtic fan? Oh, I may well be. Weetabix. Hail, hail. We are the people. Mon the hoops. I agree with your video about smoking, especially the kids who walk about with vapes. Yes, I think we should stop vaping as well. We don't need any of these things. Can you play the pipes, Scotty? Not really, Riley. I can tune the pipes and get them started for you. But I wouldn't really call myself a piper, but my father was a great piper. And my grandfather was a great piper. They were outstanding. Have you ever been to Queen's Ferry? I have indeed. North or south? I know the lovely old mansion out there. Now let me see, what's it called again? Hopetoun House. Do you know Hopetoun House? I'm a piper, Scotty. Brilliant, Riley. Have you ever had a fist fight? Nobody would ever dare, Sammy. Let me show you one of my biceps. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that? Now, there's my hand, right? Let me show you about, look, there's my biceps. Now, that's my hand. So it gets about a quarter of the way round my bicep. Now, do you think somebody would want to be on the end of one of those? I don't think so. People aren't that stupid. Hi, Scotty from Pitlochry. Stevie, we love you in Pitlochry. Hello, Scotty, a man of big muscles. Yes, Scotty. So there we go. So we don't do... Fighting is for people who have a very low IQ. Unless you're going to be a professional boxer. I mean, I'm a black belt in karaoke. And I was for a short while a black belt in karate. I went with a girl, you see, that did karate, and she gave me the chop. And then I was asked out by a lovely girl who did judo, and when she asked me out, she really threw me. You know, incredible. There we go, Scotty. That would be very silly of you. There we are. Hi, Scotty, for Davy, for sunny Postle. Davy, lovely to have you with us, for sunny Postle. We love Postle. I'm in a black belt in Twiddlinks. Scotty, what's your thoughts on the SNP and independence? Well, I know there's a stushy going on with the SNP, but the last thing I heard was that the latest, are you a real person? No, I'm AI. I'm AI. There we are, artificial intelligence. No, I think that the last thing, the last poll I saw, I think we were 58% for independence. So the Scots are not fools, you know. I mean, maybe another party will step in, but what the Scottish people need to do is get 100% behind the monarchy to reassure the Unionists that if they come over to independence, the king will still be their head of state. So there we are. So that's the idea. Now, what do we got here? Scotty, what's your thoughts on the new king? Well, he is our new king, but those of my age know him well as our heir to the throne, the Prince of Wales. So, you know, we've known of Prince Charles for a long time, and the king, as he is now, fantastic. Old Harry used to say, separate the men from the boys. Absolutely. I know people that are stupid, but not that much. Thank you for talking about. Scotty, it's me, Gaz from East Kilbride. Sorry for telling everyone I'm 48. I took a stroke last year. I was going to phone my wee pal, Scotty. Gaz from East Kilbride. Scottish Gaz, we send you strength. We send you love. We tell you that you are a top man. Don't you forget it, guys. There we go. Guys, get subscribing on the YouTube. Berries and Creams joined us. He says, hi. Fantastic. So there you are. Scotty, my friend, I'm only 48. I know it's a terrible shock. Guys, the YouTube might misbehave a wee bit tonight, but don't worry. It's jumping about here. It's done this before. And we'll see if we can sort it out if it goes off. All right? Because a friend rang me today to say they'd got an error message last week. 58% for independence. Ha ha. Ha ha, says Ian. There you go. An eye-opener, Ian, for you. Wonderful stuff. One mistake. It's half day. Scotty, what do you think of poll tax? Well, council tax as it is now. I don't like the way it keeps going up and up and up. And sometimes they do a surreptitious tax and say there'd be a small charge if you wanted this or that. You know what I mean? So there you go. So no, I'm not keen. I quite like the old rating system, but Mrs. Thatcher had other ideas, as she did about many things, and got it wrong. Why are you a royalist, says she? Well, I think everyone is a royalist simply because there is just nothing not to like. These people are very good at being curator and custodian of the crown. The crown is our symbol of authority, has been for 2,347 years traceable back to the old Celtic kings, the descendants of Ri, R-I, which would be Old Gaelic for royal. It's been Catholic and Protestant and everything over the years. We didn't want to be run from Rome, so we've had stability for 322 years since the Act of Settlement. What else can I tell you? They're virtually self-financing, so they don't take office. They're not parasites or any of these things. They're not even particularly privileged, the monarchy. People say, look at the privilege. If it takes a couple of prestige old motors, if it takes, the army and the navy and the air force on parade, if it takes getting a gold coach out, some of them up to 250 years old, the gold coach, I'm trying to remember, stuff like that. There's just nothing about the monarchy not to like. So there's no excuse for anybody not being a monarchist. Do you know what I mean? And all these people with chips on their shoulders say that they're working class. There's no such thing. Scotland doesn't buy into the class system. Get off your knees, you have to bow. You don't. If I was meeting the king just now, this would be my acknowledgement. There you are. That would be it. And he would be fine about that. Good evening. God bless the king. If you don't mind, say hello to Liam and Gemma from Cumbria. Lovely to have you with us. So I don't know anybody of any great intelligence who's not a royalist. Trying to get through to you on the phone, Scotty. We'll turn them on, Tom. Scotty, do you think as someone from Wales I would make friends quickly in Glasgow, Scotland? Sure. Of course you would. Glasgow welcomes people from everywhere. See if this is Tom. Hello, Tom.
Hello, Scotty.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. This is the third phone call now.
This is great. So lovely to have you with us.
Yeah, DINKY-DOO.
Now, DINKY-DOO, absolutely. I didn't have the phones on right away because what happens, Tom, if you're explaining to people about the program, the phones start going and nobody can hear a thing.
Interrupt you and all that, yeah.
But we like to hear from you. What's happening in the real world, Tom? Tom is from Belfast, guys.
I am, yep. No, not happening much to this, Scotty. What about yourself? What are you talking about tonight?
Well, we're busy. We're talking about all things. You would think people would get exhausted talking about the king and royalty and that, but they don't seem to, Tom. And it's my job to reflect what the people want to talk about.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, everybody's still going on about the king and that.
Yeah, they're still going on about it a couple of weeks after the coronation.
I was thinking, did you hear, did you used to work along with the BBC?
I have worked for the BBC, yes, not for a great length of time, but I've done some stuff with them. I was in a lovely show with Daniel O'Donnell.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, and Barbara Dixon, and lovely people. I've had some great fun at the BBC, but it's time for some more.
Well, I'll tell you, they're on strike over here, Scotty.
Oh, right. So maybe I need to come over and, mind you, I wouldn't like to break a strike, Yeah,
well, we have a lot of elections going on down here for the, community candidate sort of electoral person, and
Right.
normally the BBC would cover that, on the night of the elections and give you up-to-date information. It was called BBC Polls or something. But no, none of it on tonight because of last night because of the strikes.
Right.
And BBC Radio Ulster at 9 o'clock, they just completely shut down and switched it over to 5 Live.
Oh my goodness
So
me!
that.
Oh my goodness
And
me! I'd love to come over. I'd love to come over because we'll not mention individuals, but I would love to come over to Northern Ireland because I can remember saying to a guy, I'd like to come over, and he said, well, the only problem is I've got the marching season, and I thought McCLUE would go an absolute storm during the marching season.
Yeah, well, the big hit over here and over in England on Saturday nights and Sunday nights, he's on 5 Live, Nolan, and he's on in the mornings on Radio Ulster. He's very well known around here.
Wonderful.
He's on all week,
Right. And do you still have you got Ulster Television?
We have Ulster Television, yep.
Yep, that's
Ulster Television's good, yeah.
Ulster Television, excellent. And you'll not get RTE in the north, do you?
We do. We get RTE, yep.
Yep, absolutely. Television is fantastic. No, I would love to do some work over in the north and just have a good old chat with the lovely people.
I'd say the best one of the lot is TG Kerr.
Yeah, wonderful. Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Because what I find, one of the things that the Northern Irish people and the Irish people are great at is having a chat.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
A good bit
of banter as well, Tom,
Yeah. Good bit of banter. That's where the Scottish and the Irish are alike that way. They can take a bit of crack.
Very well. Am I not right in thinking from parts of Ireland you can see Scotland on a clear day?
That's right. If you go up to Strangford direction, you might be able to hit, or even the Antrim coast or something.
Or I was thinking, what about Donaghadee? Could you see it from Donaghadee?
Donaghadee, you might be. I'm never really in that part, but assuming you're going I was in Scotland a while ago and I took the bus over, the Translink. There's like a Translink service over to Scotland.
Right.
And there's a wee island off the coast of Ayr in Scotland. Is that how you pronounce it? Ayr?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, you're talking about Ailsa Craig.
Is that the name of the island?
Are you? Or are you talking about Arran?
I'm talking about Ayr. It's AYR.
AYR from Ayr. Well, just off Ayr, you'll get Ailsa Craig, which is granite, but there's not much on there.
Yeah, it's just like a wee small...
they used to call that island, Paddy's Milestone. Because the ships were halfway to Ireland when they passed Ailsa Craig.
Well, if you look beyond that, you can see the coast of the Northern Ireland there.
Fantastic. I love it. I love all these things. I can remember taking somebody back to Whitehaven from Carlisle one time, and we came over the road, and I said, what's that I'm seeing? They went, that's the Isle of Man.
Did you ever see big haulage trucks over there saying McCLUE on them?
I have done, yes.
McCLUE, he's a good friend of the family here. He's a good friend of my family.
Lovely.
He's the owner of the company. Yep.
Lovely.
He's very well known around these parts.
Wonderful, wonderful. But we tend not to mention individuals, but I mean, that's fine. Do you know what I'm saying?
Actually, he's very, very well known,
Absolutely, absolutely, Tom. Tom, as always, an absolute privilege to hear you.
Yeah, likewise, Scotty. It's good speaking to you.
Take great care of your dear self, and Dinky-Doo.
Dinky-Doo, Scotty.
Dinky-Doo, sir. That's our Tom from Northern Ireland. There he goes. Wonderful stuff. Yes, says David. You're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
Hey, Scotty. Can you tell who I am?
No, I can't.
I'll give you a clue.
First name.
I'll give you a clue. I'm from... What did you say?
I just need a first name.
Can you try and guess who I am? I always phone every Saturday.
So,
I'm from York.
From Good. Oh, yes, it's Peter.
Oh, yes, Scotty, that's what it is. How are you? Dinky-Doo?
How's that,
How are
Peter?
you?
Well done, Lala. Excellent. How are you?
I'm good, Scotty. I can't wait till 9 o'clock each Saturday night so I can phone up and talk to you.
Well, I'm very glad you have. It's always good to hear from you on here, I can tell you.
Yeah, I'm watching. I just got a new phone today. I normally watch you on my telly, but I just got a new phone. I've got an iPhone 4.
Oh, wow. So can you get Scottie McClue on your phone?
Yeah, I've got Scottie McClue on my phone. I'm using the telephone to phone you.
Brilliant. Brilliant, Peter. Well done you, I say, and it's as clear as a bell.
Scotty, how do you subscribe or something on YouTube?
YouTube, you just go, you'll see, I think, a subscribe button up the top. It's a red button. And you just give it a click and you can tap the wee bell as well. You'll see the bell. And that means you'll get your notifications when we go live. If we do a random pop-up.
Can you talk me through it, Scotty? No?
Yes, so if you're on the YouTube channel,
I'm on the YouTube channel.
You're on the YouTube channel. Now, can you see a red button that says subscribe up near the top?
Subscribe.
Have you got it?
Yeah.
If you give that a wee click, and then you should see a wee bell as well. A wee golden bell.
Oh, I done that, Scotty.
That's brilliant. Top man, Peter, thank you very much. You'll get a lot of joy out of that, I can assure you.
Scotty.
Yes.
You can see me commenting on your TikToks as well. Peter with fully cover.
Fantastic. I've seen them. Wonderful. Always a good comment and much appreciated.
Yep. How's your day been, Scotty?
Amazing. An amazing day. Busy day, but absolutely amazing. And we got a lot done. A lot of what you call domesticity. I was at the high dusting.
I was at Highland today. I went to Ross County. I watched the Ross County game.
Wow, was it good?
I good fixture.
Excellent, Peter. Listen, thanks for calling in, and we shall keep in touch, la.
Well, do, fella. See you later, Scotty. I'm
Top man.
Had some new contacts.
You shove that up. Absolutely, and Dinky-Doo.
Dinky-Doo, Scotty.
Dinky-Doo, Peter from Greenock there. Marvellous stuff. Good calls, guys. Thanks very much. Keep them coming. Hi, Peter's F document. What's Scotty's number? Can you throw the number? Yes, of course you can. You're live on Scotty's. Oh, you're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello.
Hello. First name?
Andy.
Anthony.
Andy.
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 Hello, Andy. How are you?
All right.
What's happening?
All right.
You're all right? Good man. What can I do for you?
I don't know.
I don't know. Just have a wee chat. Excellent. There we are. Always great speaking, says the one Tom over Northern Ireland. Always great talking to you, Tom. Marvellous. Guys, if you're ringing up, try and keep up your side of the conversation, though, you know. There's no point ringing up going, hello? What do you want to talk about? Don't know. Although, it's nice not to have the dafties. You're live in Scottish Funny, and who's that?
Hi, Kieran.
Kieran, how lovely to hear you. Now listen, I had to pull you up last week just to say we don't slag off players and things like that on here. But apart from that, it was lovely to hear you.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
No, don't you worry about that. No, don't you worry about that. I just had to explain it to you. But it's, I know it was what we call inadvertent. Do you like that one? Inadvertent.
I'm really sorry.
No, listen, stop.
I feel as if I should watching my frustrations after today's game, but
I know.
I'm not going after.
Well, no, this is not a good place to voice your frustrations, but it's always good to hear you on here, and it's nice to get a good Celtic man, a hail, you know.
Yeah, hail.
And what's happening with you? Were you a wee bit disappointed about them losing last week?
Yeah, I would say I was very angry. I know, but congratulations to Rangers for winning the Celtic Cup, because they've been celebrating with mad.
Well, I'll tell
you. I didn't realise that we are the champions.
You are the champions, but what I was thinking, it would be nice to get Rangers and Celtic singing God Save the King together.
No.
You know, that would be a nice touch.
No.
Because there's a lot of misunderstandings. I mean, for instance, why do you say no? I'm interested.
Because maybe from Brendan, he's only 6 months old, and I can't imagine living without him. But he has recently told me that he is thinking about becoming a Rangers fan, and if money's bought him a Rangers top with Ryan Kent on the back of it, and I can't live in a world where
and what age is he? 6?
6, yeah.
Yes, well, no, I think we've got to live and let live. And you see, you could change. I mean, if you wanted to become a Rangers fan, there'd be nothing to stop you.
Well, nobody speaks that impossible, you know.
He'll, all that stuff. You're a Celtic man through and through. That's absolutely fine.
My daddy was a Celtic man, his daddy was a Celtic man, and his daddy was a Partick Thistle man, but that doesn't matter.
Partick Thistle, it does. Partick Thistle's very important.
Right. I don't think the league position in the championship says that.
Oh, no, we are the Jaggies, the Jaggy Bunnets. Aggie.
Would you like to go from Partick Thistle trivia?
Partick Thistle trivia?
Yes.
What's that when it's at home?
David Hasselhoff is actually a Partick Thistle fan.
I love it. I love that. Murray says the caller sounds like he's doing the lavvy.
What an ignorant person that is.
Yes, he thinks that's what it sounds like. No, it might be the sound. I don't think it's you. It's maybe just something technical.
Sorry.
There we go. Is that better, Murray? No. Go on, Kieran.
Peter from Duke.
Yes. Lovely. We like that.
Yes. That's my granduncle. He lives from Duke. I'm actually living in Arbroath.
In Arbroath?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. And are there many Celtic fans in Arbroath?
There's a lot of us, but a lot of them, but we didn't get season tickets, so we just got the Arbroath games.
You don't have the Arbroath games. I believe the Arbroath games are quite fun as well.
It's not so much this season, but last season they were quite good.
Very good. Excellent. Kieran, as always, lovely to hear from you, and hail.
Hail, 1967, we are the Celtic.
And Dinky-Doo, Lala.
Dinky-Doo to you.
Hey, tonight. You're live on Scotty's phone in, is that?
I'll tell you what.
Who is it, sorry?
Scotty, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Who's that?
Scotty, my dear Brecon. Right, Mr. McClure.
Brecon.
It's Eddie from Newmarket, man.
Eddie from Newmarket. What a joy to hear you. Are you Dinky-Doo?
Dinky-Doo. How are you doing, pal?
Well, better for hearing you, Eddie. I mean, you and I go back a long way.
Yes, we do, aye. We do.
And Eddie, tell me, without going into too much detail, what takes you to Newmarket? Because you're obviously a Scotsman.
Aye. Right. I'll tell you what takes me to Newmarket, Scotty, right? I came from a wee posh part of Glasgow called Mary Hill.
Mary Hill, I know it very well, as you know.
Right, no, but I stayed in a wee place called Somerton, which was nice.
Somerton, very nice, yes.
I was born and bred there, right? But my family comes into Newmarket, right?
Uh-huh.
And my sister lives in Cambridge, right? But this is the thing, Scotty, get this, right?
Go on.
Now, my mum and dad, we wanted a 3-bedroom house,
like a little bungalow in Cambridge. Right. You're talking about 750k.
Wow, for a bungalow.
Aye.
Wow.
Aye. Right. So, but there's a wee place called Newmarket.
Newmarket, very nice. The racing.
It's a 15-20 minute drive
from Cambridge.
And they get a wee 3-bedroom bungalow for 250.
Fantastic. So they saved themselves 100k.
Oh, 100k? Are you kidding me? Under a million. Where my sister stays one. Wow.
Wow. But did you not say they were 350 at the time and they got one in Newmarket for 250?
They were 350 at the time. They got one in Newmarket for 250.
Well, that's your 100k.
Newmarket for 250, right?
So that's 100k they saved.
That was the same place, right? In Cambridge, you're talking about 750, 800k.
So now it's up to 750, 800k. Wow.
Aye.
Well, I suppose Cambridge is very sought after. I know Cambridge very well, actually. But I would think that, yes, I do. I would think the nearer you get, Lord Reith the Labrador plunged right into the Cam and soaked a load of students who were lying sunbathing along the bank.
Right, aye.
And then he was swimming. There was a wee platform just at Queen's College. Oh no, Bridge of Sighs. You know the Bridge of Sighs?
No, I don't know.
Well, he was at the Bridge of Sighs and he plunged into the Cam there and had a good swim about. Then he came out and he shook. He shook, big black Labrador, and he shook. That's him just behind me there. And of course it splashed all the students. That's Lord Reith. So I had to say to the students, sorry everybody, and they went, oh, it's all right. Excellent stuff. So that's it. So that took you to Newmarket. And are you a keen racing man yourself?
Oh, I don't gamble, Scotty, man. That's a mum's game, mate.
Yeah, you're not into that? No.
Aye. No, that's a mum's game, man.
That's not your thing. Excellent stuff. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Eddie. I'm going to ask the listeners how the calls are sounding, if they're better.
Right.
That's rather good. Listeners, can we all hear Eddie nice and clear? There we are. Do let us know. Murray, if you're listening, please let us know. There we go. Excellent, Eddie. Eddie, it's so lovely to hear you, and thanks very much for that.
Aye, but listen, Scotty, you are a man after my own heart, right? Because you and me like Fred Dibner, and you're a Fred Dibner disciple.
We loved Fred Dibner. I love Fred Dibner. Well, he was just so switched on, and it was his humility. He knew exactly what he was doing. But he used to say to people, can I have a go at that? Thanks very much. People would show him things. Now, Fred knew what he was doing, you know. In fact, do you remember he went to Cambridge and looked at some of the old architecture? And he was shouting up, he says, them pillars have had it, by the way. He didn't use the term had it, he used something else, but it was good stuff.
Aye, I love Fred Dibner, Scotty. He's brilliant, man. He's brilliant. Yeah, but listen, do you know who else I like, right? And I bet you, if I could put a bet on, right? I'm not a gambling man, right?
Right.
But if I was to put a bet on, right? I'll bet you love this guy. Weir's Way.
Oh, Tom Weir, you've won your bet. Absolutely. If I was a gambling man, I'd have taken the bet on that one. You've won your bet.
Aye.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a gem, isn't he, Scotty?
Tom Weir. Molly Weir's brother. You'd be too young, Eddie, to remember Molly Weir, Shoes for Sunday.
I don't know. I can't recall that.
She was an actress and a comedy actress, and she wrote from the heart. They were lovely Glaswegian people. And then Tom did Weir's Way for Scottish television. And, of course, terrific stuff.
But, Scotty, see when you watch these programmes like Weir's Way and various other...
Take the High Road.
they come to Scotland. It makes you proud to be Scottish.
Of course. Take the High Road was excellent.
Aye.
And it's still on. You can catch up on the STV player. It's brilliant.
Aye. But listen, Scotty, before I go, right, I don't want to keep you too much because I know you're a busy man, right?
Yes.
Right. I'm sure you've had this question a lot, right?
Go on.
Do you miss when you were on Scott FM?
Do I miss Scott FM? Listen, the whole of Central Scotland misses Scott FM.
Aye.
You know? Aye. That's the thing. The whole of Central Scotland to this day misses Scott FM. And every day I talk to them, they say, Scotty, is there no way your show could come back? Because they just, it was, I don't know, it seems to have been...
a big audience. You know what I mean? There must have been thousands of people.
Oh, there was 250,000 every half hour. 10% of the population of Central Scotland listening every half hour.
Oh, I definitely.
You know?
I can believe that.
I mean, that's it. So that's what, 750,000 over the 3 hours. And if you multiplied that by 5, you know, what are you, 3,750 million or something like that, you know?
Right. See with those big ratings that you got, Scotty, right?
Yes.
With that amount of people listening, why isn't that still going on to this day?
Because somebody came and mucked it up. They came in and they thought, no, we're not just one trick here. We'd like to change things like Scotty McCLUE because they fell for the complaints. They fell for it. They didn't understand. You see, the previous bosses had a meeting and they were talking about what they should do to change the programs. And when it got to Scotty McCLUE, the chairman said, if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. Right? And now that was it. And then they sold the station, so they'd gone. And the new lot thought, I think we want to try something else. Bang. End of audience.
Are you kidding me, man?
Yeah, no, that's what people are like.
In Scotland, right? People from all over the UK loved your show.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
if something's working well in Scotland, somebody will come and clobber it.
Somebody might get their tuppence in.
You know, they'll get their tuppence in and they're allowed to, you know. But my big boss afterwards, he had a guy said to him,
you should still be on the airwaves today.
We should. There's no excuse not to. None of these stations have got an excuse. So there we are. So there we are. There's a guy shouting here, can we get a new A up the RA? So that's the Royal Artillery. British Regiment, the Royal Artillery. Very good.
Do you know what I missed, Scotty, right? My wee ma said to me the day, right?
Bless her.
She says, Prince Charles is in Newmarket last Tuesday. Oh, I couldn't believe it, man. I can't believe I missed it.
King Charles now.
Aye.
You should have gone and had a wee chat to him. He would have enjoyed that.
But there's what do you call it? And it's like a sculpture in a certain town centre or whatever.
Right.
There's one with the Queen and she's petting a horse.
Oh, brilliant.
It's really nice, Scotty. You know?
Nice. We like that. You know? Well, Eddie, it's just been a privilege talking to you, and I say to you, Dinky-Doo.
I won't keep you too long.
No, you're not keeping me too long. It's just lovely to hear you, and I say to you, Dinky-Doo, sir.
Dinky-Doo.
Dinky-Doo the new Eddie. There we are. That's Eddie, a Scotsman living most of his life in Newmarket in Cambridgeshire, and what a top man. I love that. Oh, queuing up, guys. Oh, you're live at Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
Hello.
Who's that first name?
I'm from Scotland.
Yes, first name.
My name is Michael.
Michael. Lovely to hear you, Michael. I need to know what to call you see.
My cousin used to phone in.
Right.
My cousin used to be called Michael as well.
Right.
So from Ireland, lived in Liverpool.
Michael from Ireland, absolutely. And you're from Glasgow, Michael.
Yeah.
Lovely. What can I do for you, La?
Just wondering, are you a Celtic fan or a Rangers fan?
Oh, both. I love them both. I think they're excellent teams.
Do you think they would ever beat Liverpool in the Premier League?
Yes, I think maybe Rangers Celtic should get together as Glasgow United.
Yes.
I would like to see that, and I'm sure they could give Liverpool a run for their money. And we could have a nice chorus of God Save the King at the start of the game.
Yeah, the kind of fantastic.
And if anybody boos, then you ban them for life from the matches. For letting the side down, you know?
And do we lock them up as well?
Well, you could lock them up, yes, or just ban them, I think. Just say, I'm sorry, but you'll never be live at a football game again now for your lack of manners and respect.
Yeah. Did you watch the coronation?
Yes, I saw some of it. Yes, it was fantastic.
Yeah, I watched it as well. I had a cake and everything.
It's amazing. I had a giant bag of ready salted and 4 cucumber sandwiches prepared with the crust cut off.
What do you think of the Queen?
The Queen, very good, yes. The Queen consort.
Yeah.
The Queen consort. So there you are. Very nice to hear from you. And Dinky-Doo.
Don't know what that means, but...
Dinky-Doo means is all well with you and the world.
Yeah.
Aha! That's Scottie McCLUE. You're live on Scottie's phone. Who's that?
Yeah, man, it's Will.
Hello, Will.
Hello?
Hello, Will. Are you Dinky-Doo?
Yeah, I'm Dinky-Doo, man.
Excellent. What can I do for you?
Well, I thought I would just tell you my life story, man.
Your life story, man?
Yeah.
Go on, man.
So, I was born and raised in West Philadelphia.
West Philadelphia.
I spent most of my days on the basketball courts in West Philadelphia. And I was just,
which part of West Philadelphia, Will?
What's that?
Which part of West Philadelphia?
Just parts of Philly, man, you know?
Yeah, which part? I know it quite well.
I don't think you know Philly, man. Come on, man.
I know Philly, man. Yes, absolutely.
I don't think you do, man.
I do, man. Yes, I do. Absolutely, man. You can tell me. Try me out. Go on. Tell me what part you're from, and I'll tell you about it.
Well, hold on. My mom just came in. What's that? No.
Oh, I think we're struggling a wee bit there. There we are. We don't want you hanging on from Philadelphia. From West Philadelphia. Give us a call, guys. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hi, Scottie. It's Frank from Fleetwood and Lord Street. I want to have
Frank.
an intellectual debate with you.
Frank, how lovely to hear from you. And Dinky-Doo.
Dinky-Doo to you, Scottie. You know, I'm privileged to be on this talk show, but I want to have a debate. I know you're a royalist, Scottie, so I'm going to give you some facts, and then I'll give you time to respond.
Yes, yes, of course, Frank. Yes. I know it's not. It's not. I'm a royalist. I just don't understand anti-royalism.
So I'm going to give you a little couple of facts here, Scottie. It's been on my mind for the past couple of weeks.
Right.
You can respond to it. Okay.
Yes.
The first fact, Scottie. In 2017, the Queen had reportedly 13.1 million funds in an offshore investment
Yes.
for tax evasion. Do you agree with that fact?
It's not for tax evasion, so that's not a fact. It was for tax avoidance.
Okay, but
Now-
do you agree that she was in the wrong then, Scottie?
Well, no, because you see, over the years,
Okay,
the tax
so-
arrangements, wait till I tell you, over the years, the tax arrangements have come and gone. In the First World War, the country was bust after the First World War. And King George
So,
V, no, just listen till I tell you. No, wait till I tell you. I'll explain it to you. So King George V said, I've got some money which I'll give to the country, but I'm also not going to pay income tax and fund you as well. And they said, no, that's fine. So they came to an arrangement where the royal family was exempt from taxation. Now then, this caused a stushy with people like yourself, understandably, and Her Majesty the Queen paid £98 million in income tax just very recently. Yeah?
Yeah,
and also, she gave 75% of her income back to the treasury for us.
Scotty, okay, I'll give you that. But that's 1-0 to Scotty McClue. Dinky-Doo.
No, it's not. Listen, it's not a question of trying to get one up. It's a question of us getting the facts, and that's what you and I both want.
Okay, Scotty. Second fact: is Prince Harry part of the royal family?
Yes, because he's the king's son.
Okay.
So he'll always be part of the royal family.
The reason I'm asking, Scotty, in 2005, Prince Harry was pictured in a costume, which to me is offensive. You know, if you go back to the...
I understand where you're coming from. It was a fancy dress. He was obviously badly advised. Somebody should have got hold of him.
You can't defend it.
No, well, I'm not defending it. And I mean, I think he himself wouldn't defend it. It was just a silly child-like prank that went wrong.
It's not a prank, Scotty. You know, many thousands, millions of people died. You know, and he's
yes. No, but listen, I've heard of people going to parties and they're dressed up as a certain dictator from some time ago. I've even heard somebody going to a party dressed up as a very, very, very senior member of the Roman Catholic Church.
I understand that, Scotty. You know, religion is something that I don't tend to deal with. I'm just putting my point of view.
No, listen. He got that wrong. Let's have it straight.
That's right. And my next point, Scotty, Prince Andrew, where to begin?
Well, let me stop you there. Let me stop you there. I'm not prepared to discuss that because it's obviously a very contentious issue. As far as I know, there is absolutely zero evidence against him. And the thing... Yeah, but we don't know the authenticity of that picture. And it's very interesting that that was all settled so that it didn't upstage the Queen's Jubilee.
Exactly. So you're saying there was hush money?
No, I'm not saying. Did I ever mention hush money? No. What I said was it was settled to avoid embarrassing Her Majesty the Queen. We still don't know if there's any evidence.
Why would it embarrass the Queen? It shouldn't be.
No, listen. No. You can't say that if he's not guilty. No, listen. You can't say if he's not guilty, why would he embarrass the Queen? The media get a hold of this. Everyone gets a hold of this. They see the royal family as privileged. Why? I don't know. Because to me, it's not a particularly privileged life. Yeah? But Prince Andrew's come into the firing line to try and minimize the damage of what's being put about. The royal family have taken their own steps. But as far as you and I and the public are concerned, there's zero evidence. So people coming out with stuff, trying to do the royal family down. What about this? What about that? No, well, a photo is not the evidence because we don't know the provenance of that photo. Okay? And I'm not going to discuss that. No, listen, legally, I'm not going to discuss that one any further. I've told you there isn't any evidence of that. Now, moving on, what's the next one?
My next one, do you know someone? She was the Duchess of Windsor, Wallis Simpson.
Yes.
Okay. Scotty, once again, I'm sorry if I'm offending you, but I'm just pointing.
You're not, listen, you're not offending me. All I'm saying is that we're under certain regulations. There are certain aspects that we can't discuss because it would get us down the wrong road.
That's fine, Scotty.
You know, but tell me what you wanted to ask about Wallace Warfield Simpson.
Well, Mrs. Simpson, you know, there's loads of rumours and facts that she was a sympathiser of a particular party in Germany.
Yes.
Do you agree with that? Was she a sympathiser?
Well, can I tell you that at the time, like all these things, you've got to see what was acceptable at the time. Now, all the badness of what was going on in Germany at the time hadn't emerged by then. And young people of that generation of David Windsor and Wallace Warfield Simpson, Mrs. Simpson, they were very excited by what was happening, and a lot of people liked to actually see if they could clandestinely attend the Nuremberg rallies.
Okay, Scotty, you've got me there, and I'm going to move on.
And what it was known as, at that time, there was still an appeasement movement when the British aristocracy thought that they could appease Adolf Hitler and avoid the Second World War.
Sorry, Scotty, who's Adolf Hitler?
Adolf Hitler was the Chancellor of Germany and was known as the Führer.
The who?
The Führer. The father.
That's fine, Scotty. You know, I always listening to your shows, and today I've plucked up the courage to phone you and have an intellectual discussion.
Well, I'm very glad you did, and it was a very, very good discussion, and well done you.
Thank you, Scotty. What I'll do for you is I'm going to say enjoy the rest of your evening, and DINKY-DOO, Scotty McCLUE.
DINKY-DOO, Lala. Lovely to hear you. There we are. Very good call, guys. Well done, I say. Now, we're going to have to dash. I'll say good night to our beautiful, beautiful TikTokers. Lovely being with you tonight. And I'm sorry I didn't get through all the comments. Scotty, wrap it, says RM. Absolutely. We're wrapping it the new. DINKY-DOO, stick out your tongues and say ta-ta. Ta-ta. There we are. Fantastic. Now then, lots to get through tonight, but we've just run right out of time. Guys, it's been a privilege as ever to our beautiful YouTubers. I say good night, God bless, DINKY-DOO, and ta-ra-las. Stick out your tongue and say ta-ta. So there we go. Scottish Gaz is saying, who's Adolf Hitler, the last caller? LMFAO. The wonderful Jerry Thompson, DINKY-DOO. Lovely to have you with us. Good night to Scotty. Good night, Thomas. And good night to all of you. DINKY-DOO.